to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Cologne will still lying in my bed. All the colors are dead inside. The whole world goes to black and white. The moon is falling, I hear you calling. My city is on fire. I hear a bang and my heart beats skips. Rock hard knuckles and easy checks. Where are you, baby? I'm still your lady. I'm gonna burn you down. I try to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Cologne will still lying in my bed. And it's dead. Keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Cologne will still lying in my bed. All the colors are dead inside. The whole world goes to black and white. The moon is falling, I hear you calling. My city is on fire. I hear a bang and my heart beats skips. Rock hard knuckles and easy checks. Where are you, baby? I'm still your lady. I'm gonna burn you down. I try to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Cologne will still lying in my bed. And it's dead.
Greetings everyone, It is I, Sumi Yellow, and I welcome you to another live stream and the start of a new series, for we are venturing forward once more in the puzzling world of Professor Layton, with his second adventure, Pandora's Box, or as it's known in other places of the world, the Devil's Box, or is it
Nice.
is it the Devil's Box? The Diabolical Box, excuse me. That is the name. Huh. I really gotta wonder why they changed the name. Perhaps Diabolical Box was quite the not as appropriate depending on the sensibilities of certain regions, perhaps. But anyway, I am excited to start another adventure in the world of Professor Layton, as you already know. I absolutely loved the first one. Many challenging puzzles to put my abilities to the test, and tons of characters to meet and locations to visit, and many mysteries to be solved. It is quite literally my type of game. One of those EU-US naming strangers, and that is quite true. But once again, I am excited to continue with the series regardless of what it's called. So let's jump right ahead, as they say, with the second in our adventures with Professor Layton. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday as usual. That your day has been amazing thus far, because that's what you deserve. And if that's not the case, that's what I'm here for, friends. Let's just begin.
There are tales of a box that brings death upon any who dare open it. Tell me, do you think those rumors could be true?
Glad to hear, friend Punch. Take all the time you need to relax.
Hey, look, there it is!
If it isn't Luke and the Professor, we meet once again. But look who it is. It seems the inspector from the first game is here as well. I'm already seeing some familiar faces.
Now this is what I call deluxe. Just look at this room!
Yes, I can certainly see why some call the Molenteri Express a cruise ship on rails.
This sofa's great!
Now, don't forget, Luke. A gentleman pays attention to his manners in every setting.
Something that I have to mention that makes me very happy is that the voice actors from the first game are back. Makes me wonder if that's a constant for all the games in the series. Hopefully. And I am glad the animated cutscenes are back as well. I'm pretty sure Layton has the same voice forever, I could be wrong. Well, hopefully he has. That is the voice of Professor Layton, at least for me. I guess it's one of those circumstances where you get really used to a specific voice for a specific character.
So what's the story behind this Elysian box anyway? All who open it die? Sounds awfully fishy to me.
Perhaps so, but we've seen it happen with our very own eyes. The answer is out there, Luke, but I just need to find it.
We will. I know it.
I think Luke is a little bit higher pitched voice-wise compared to the first game. I could be wrong, it's been a while since I played the first one after all. I could be remembering things in a non-accurate way. The prologue. To my dear friend Yellow.
There was a box that was rumoured to kill anyone who opened it. At first, neither the Professor nor I believed it. But all that changed with the arrival of a single letter.
A few days earlier.
Luke, have a look here.
Honestly, It would seem like Professor Layton and Luke are mostly used to mundane types of mysteries and action, but after the village full of robots, you would think they would be a little bit more prepared to face things of the more supernatural nature, I could say.
What's that, Professor?
It's a letter from my dear friend and mentor, Dr. Andrew Schrader.
Schrader.
Is everything all right?
My dear Herschel, as an archaeologist, you're sure to have heard of the item known as the Elysian Box. Of course, it is more commonly known as Pandora's Box, in reference to the famous myth.
Punch, since you are quite more familiar with the series than I, in regards to the change of name depending on regions, did they change these dialogues too? I would imagine they would, to make it more accurate.
This nickname would appear to be well deserved, since it is rumored to kill whoever opens it. I'm dubious of this reputation, of course, but when my interest is piqued, I simply must investigate.
For some reason, I think I remember they didn't in-game only the box. But they just called it the Pandora's box, so which one is the actual name? The fact that they mentioned it by name as Pandora's box makes me feel like that would be the actual title. Interesting. Pandora's is original? Okay.
That's why I'm pleased as punch to tell you that the elusive item is finally in my possession.
Pleased as punch? He is pretty pleased. It's good to have you back, Mikey.
What's more, I believe I'm on the cusp of unraveling a great mystery tied to this box.
You see, that's what had me curious, because some names in certain regions get changed because they may possess a specific word or something that may not be appropriate to the sensibilities of a specific region. So I was thinking, if the actual name is the one that contains the word devil, that may not, as they say, fly in certain regions. So changing it to Pandora's box would make sense. But if Pandora is the original, I wonder why the change. Also, welcome to the stream, Dragon. A pleasure to have you here with us. We just started, so you could say you arrived just in time.
For the moment, let's just say I have a theory, though I haven't been able to prove it yet. Initially, it was my intention to finish my research before daring to open its lid. But I must confess that my curiosity is simply overpowering. In the unlikely event that anything should happen to me, please finish the work I've started here. Your friend, Andrew Schrader.
I get the feeling something
According to the
indeed happened to
postmark,
him.
This letter was sent 2 days ago. We should go pay the doctor a visit. I just can't shake the feeling that something awful has happened.
Schrader really became tutorial, so hopefully no. That would be quite the ill fate, if I'm honest. Also, this is a new layout designed specifically to stream DS games, and so far, it seems to be working. There are many things that I would change about it, but I would say it's functional. It's at least functional.
Well, your intuition's usually spot on. I say we head out right away.
Well, here we go. The beginning of a new adventure. And so far, layout-wise and everything, it is pretty similar to the first game, which I can appreciate. For that system was already pretty spotless. Look, before we go, would you be so kind as to fetch my car keys? They're in one of the drawers in that desk. Will do, Professor. If there's something you wish to interact with, look, you only need to reach out and touch it. You know, I know they're explaining the touchscreen stuff with the stylus and everything, but it seems kind of funny that Professor had to explain to look, hey, if you want to interact with something, just fucking touch it, kill. I mean, like I said, they are explaining just a game mechanic, no need to overthink it. But I guess out of context it would seem funny. To certain people of a very, very, very basic level of humor. Of preference in humor, I should say. One of the drawers, the professor said. If it was me, I would put it in the first one. Or the second one. Here you go, Professor. You get Layton's keys. You can find items you pick up in the Professor's truck. Many thanks, Luke. Now, let's get moving. Layton's lessons number 1, moving. Oh, I do remember this. You were supposed to click the shoe to move around at any place you are. Let's see, first off, I touched the shoe in the bottom right corner. Yeah, I remember this. Just classic Layton. That's the way That kind of connects right there. Perhaps... That one is not connecting properly though. I can remove this one? Yeah, I don't like this one. It's not getting us anywhere. So far, so good. What about this one? There you go. And there you go. I think this connects pretty well. But let's see what the puzzle itself has to say.
Let's see if this works.
Marvelous.
That was almost too easy.
And so it begins. I feel like I'm home once more. Excellent work. I remember picarettes. I'll try to collect all of them if I can, just like last time. Excellent. With our destination confirmed, we are ready to pay the doctor a visit. Come on. Promising start, that's for sure. I do believe we found the doctor's building. But with which flat it is? That, I'm afraid, I don't know. But come to think of it, the letter I received did mention something about this place. Another puzzle already. Very European buildings, that is correct. Find Dr. Schrader's window from the details in his letter. In the morning, I often wake up to the sound of music drifting in from a nearby flat. Looking out, I spy a flag fluttering gently outside my window, take a single sip of my tea, and turn my attention to the morning sun. Not many flats in London have a view of the sunrise anymore, you know. Okay. From this information alone, music from a nearby flat, and it's supposed to have a flag outside the window. So with those two key pieces of information alone, and considering that the sun is rising from this side of the screen, aka the left one, it makes me think it's the top left one.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Marvelous.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Simple enough. Unless I'm mistaken, I think we found his flat. Now follow me, look. We're going up. Oh, items. I wonder if the mechanic of building a room is gonna be vague. I severely doubt it, because having a hotel room was introduced in the story. So I don't know what kind of extra mechanic for items we're gonna get in this game in particular. I guess it's something we'll find out soon enough. To open the trunk, just touch the icon in the top right corner of the screen. Inside, there are all sorts of helpful functions and information filled away under different icons. Touch an icon to use it. To save the progress we made during our investigation, touch the save icon. Many icons. Okay. It's pretty much the same menu system as the first game, which makes me weirdly nostalgic in a way. We will save our progress so far. Look. The save icons. One is Layton, one is Luke, and the third one is the girl that we saved at the end of the first game, which name I am unfortunately having a hard time forgetting. I'm having a hard time remembering what her name was. But it's really weird that she's not here with us, honestly. Mysteries. Excuse me to research it quickly. Because I am quite curious now. What was her name? Flora. Flora Reinhold. There you go. Simple enough piece of information to research. Layton's journal. Well, here we go. Let's continue. It seems like the weirdos are also in this place. I wouldn't call them weirdos, I would call them curiously shaped. I mean, his eyes are like two little dots, kinda like us. That is true. Hello there, mister. I've never seen you around before. Hello there, mister. I've never seen you around here before. You wanna hear something useful? Alright. See that post box over there? Try touching it with your stylus for me, will you? This is the introduction of coins, isn't it? Knew it. The hint coins are back as well. Also, this character does share a quite slight resemblance to the character Naruto, like you pointed out, Friend Punch. Ever so subtle, but it's still there. Is it the orange and the ventana in combination with a very confident expression on its face? Ever been stuck trying to solve a puzzle? It's times like those when I bid you fancy a hint, yeah? Well, when that happens, you can trade those shiny hint coins for hints. They're scattered all over the place, which means you should always be on the lookout for them. Use your stylus to touch anything that looks suspicious, okay? Good. Well, that's all I had to say. Take it easy, mister. It's a pretty old building, but it looks sturdy enough. The flowers are in full blossom. Someone looks after them well. Can we interrupt with everything? This seems like a nice safe area in the evenings as well. That is very interesting. There's no time right now to examine cleaning supplies, huh? It seems like Luke got tired of examining things. Huh? This is Dr. Schrader's flat, I'm sure of it. Dr. Schrader, are you home? It's Herschel Layton. I came as soon as I read your letter. Hello? Are you there? Doctor? I don't hear anyone in there, Professor. What if he's... This is no time for idle speculation, Luke. We must get this door open first. It seems to be locked. So without a key, there's no way to get in. Oh, of course. How could I have forgotten? These keys were enclosed in the envelope along with the doctor's letter to me. I see. So one of these must be the key to the flat. Quick, Professor, let me try them on the door. Huh? That's strange. It doesn't seem like any of these keys work on the lock. Look, don't you see? The doctor has set us yet another puzzle to solve. That was extremely quick. But for 20 picarets, it must be a good one. Which of these keys opens the door? Use this stylus to move the keys and find the one that fits the lock. Careful observation of the shapes of the keys is required to find the right one. Okay. So it seems we have a golden key, a silver key, and a copper key. Interesting. Would it be as simple as simply trying them one by one? I doubt it. That doesn't look like it fits. No. At first glance, Not really. Interesting. Oh, you can spin them around, I see. Interesting. Which means this is not out of the question.
Here goes.
Marvelous. Simple
That
enough.
was almost too easy.
There you go. That is what I love about puzzles in Professor Layton. There is always that one detail that makes the difference.
Professor!
Yeah.
Oh no.
And true. How could this have happened?
This is terrible, Professor. Do you suppose the Elysian box did this to Dr. Schrader when he opened it?
Possibly, if the legends are true, of course. Although we don't know enough about the legend or the box itself to arrive to any conclusions. At least for now.
I honestly don't know, Luke. But that can wait. Right now, we need to notify the police.
Of course, Professor.
What do we have here?
It's torn.
A train ticket for the Momentary Express.
He was planning on going somewhere, perhaps.
Look at this, Professor. There's no destination written on the ticket.
Or not.
I've never seen a ticket that didn't say where it was taking you. How strange.
Yes, very strange indeed.
Our second mystery. A single ticket with no visible destination was discovered in Dr. Schrader's home. It appears to be for the Momentary Express, but where exactly is it supposed to take its bearer? Chumley, we meet again.
Excuse me.
Rude?
What? Huh? Hey, it's you!
Well, Inspector Chelmey's the name. You two found the body, did you?
Oh,
Well, it wasn't a blanket.
No, Luke, let him go.
we got lost!
Luke, stop that. That's his face. Listen there, Luke.
Show yourself!
That is a very interesting detail.
Oh my gosh, his face doesn't come off. He's the real thing.
That is a very nice reference to the first game, considering the fact that in the previous game there was someone pretending to be a Chelmey. That is very interesting indeed. It's the kind of joke that you wouldn't get unless you have played the first game, so I appreciate that. I appreciate the continuity, you could say.
What in the blazes? That's my face, not some piece of taffy.
I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't mean it. Was sure we had another imposter on our hands.
And there you go.
What in the world is this child talking about? I swear, young ones these days have no manners. My apologies for the confusion. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Herschel Layton.
Okay, that's interesting. We have technically never met Chelmy before. We only met the imposter in Curious Village. That is very interesting when you think about it.
I'm a professor of archaeology at Gressenheller University.
And I'm his apprentice, Luke.
Interesting. So if I understand correctly, you keep a child around as an apprentice, do you?
That is correct. And Luke is very, very talented despite his age. Do not underestimate him just because he's young. This kid right here has solved quite an amount of impressively difficult puzzles.
Not at all, sir. In truth, he's...
Professor Layton's apprentice, like I said.
Mm-hmm. Just like Professor Layton will deny the fact that he's doing more detective work than most, than professor work, Luke will also declare himself with a specific title.
Well, it's really none of my concern. I have a crime scene that needs my attention. Clear a path, will you? But of course.
And by that he means we're
Not a
probably
word
going
about
to
that
do all
ticket
the
to the
work.
authorities, all right?
You got it, Professor.
Yes. Let's see. What do we have here? A murder? Or was the crime self-inflicted? Inspector, I should tell you that the door was locked before Luke and I came in. I see. So this door, the sole entry point in and out of this 8th floor flat, was shut tight. Then the doctor was holed up in here, completely apart from the outside world, yes? That being the case, yes, I'm sure of it. The old gent must have suffered a heart attack.
Have you checked if there's no any bruises on the body, perhaps?
What? How did you come to that conclusion, sir?
Use your noodle, laddie. What other explanation could there be?
I can think of a few, but they will require actually checking the body and the evidence in front of us, Mr. Chelmy.
It's true that the flat is on the 8th floor and that the door was locked, Inspector. Still, I'd hesitate to say that this room was completely closed off from the outside. Is that so? Please elaborate. Isn't it obvious? There's something quite unusual about our crime scene that's been overlooked. Eh?
The
It's
window.
as plain as the nose on your face, Inspector. I suppose you academics think your fancy degrees prepare you to play detective, eh?
That is one potential extra entry point. The window.
I tell you, nowadays, it seems like everybody and their mum thinks they can do my job.
Well, with your style of being a detective or an inspector in your case, I do feel that is accurate.
Now, as I was saying, the cause of death was heart failure, plain and simple. And there's what caused it.
I don't know. I don't see the word doctor in your degree, mister.
This? It's a scaled-down model of a Kronosaurus, if I'm not mistaken. I reckon that ugly mug will give anyone nightmares. Here's what probably happened. The old fellow turned on a light, took one look at the beast, and then keeled right over.
But this is the doctor's own home. Why would the bones he put up himself scare him?
No, that totally happens. Once I left a plate in my room, and you have crumbs of burger in it that I forgot I ate because I ate so many burgers. And then I was like, oh my god, someone ate my burger. But no, it was me.
People have a way of becoming forgetful with age. Not that you'd understand, boy.
Well, you're right about that. I don't understand it at all.
Mr. Letton, was it?
Letton.
No? Ah, yes, Layton. Mr. Layton, what do you think? The scenario you paint certainly isn't out of the realm of possibility.
Well, the probabilities are never zero, despite how low they may actually be.
But, considering the lights were off when we entered the room, I don't think... I'd say that's a sound theory. Well done, my boy.
Well, that theory is so sound. Like I'm really curious as to how no one noticed that. If the culprit was so unprofessional that he left literally his method of entry right there in the open. That is, yeah, quite not his smartest move, I guess.
Oh, yes. Sound as a pound. I was just about to propose the same idea myself.
Sure, Inspector, sure.
Liar!
I'm sure if you say it hard enough, you yourself will believe that story.
Shh, Luke, listen. I don't believe our friend the Inspector will be of much help to us.
Definitely not, Layton.
What say you and I conduct a little investigation of our own?
Professor, look! There's something in Dr. Schrader's hand.
another
It's an
puzzle.
old photograph, but it's been torn into so many pieces, I can't make out the original image.
Okay. Mystery number 3. Torn fragments of a photograph were found in the late doctor's hand. In its current state, it's impossible to make out the contents of the photo. What could it be depicting? I guess we'll find out in time. The contents of the mystery
Hey, what's
photo.
the big idea? You can't just point evidence in a crime scene. Get your hands off that... What is this anyway? Not that it matters. I'll be holding on to that. Now out with the both of you.
Mr. Chelmy. May your incompetence find its breaking point sooner than later, so you too can join the ranks of the people with critical thinking.
Oh, but we haven't finished.
Dr. Shredders indicated that he was in possession of the Elysium box, yet there was nothing resembling such an artifact in his home. Maybe the person who did this to him was after the box, most definitely. That sounds like a very powerful element to possess. An interesting theory, look, but for the moment that's all it is. However, we do have one clue to understanding today's events, namely that ticket. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Professor? Indeed I am, Luke. I believe that a trip aboard the Military Express is in order. And so we are taking another trip to mysterious lands. Do you suspect we'll find the key to unlocking this mystery on the train? Dr. Schroeder did his best to point us towards the Military Express should something happen to him. Sure as fog on a London morning, I know that this train will lead us to the answers we seek. A train of thought, if you will. Clever, friend Punch. And we have
Professor
another
Layton and
cutscene.
Luke sped away from the city, unaware of the secrets that awaited them down those iron tracks.
I'm gonna assume, judging from the loading screen, and that this is the end of the prologue, perhaps. Yes, it was. We have officially started. Chapter 1. Gosh, just look at this place, Professor. It's so posh, I feel I should be wearing a monocle. Quite so, look. Every fixture I'm fitting is the very height of decadence. I'd wager the rest of the train is just as grand. How about a little exploration? Puzzles be puzzling around? Huh. You could say you have described, as they say, my type of vibe, perhaps. I truly hope you're doing well, friend Alfred. What do we have here? Huh? Look at that, look. Your bag is wide open. Your belongings are all scattered about. Oops, so they are. You should put your things away before we start exploring the train. Puzzle number 5. Fixing luggage. Huh. It wouldn't be the first time I've done this. Not even the second one. Okay. Luke's belongings are all over the place and need to be packed away in his trunk. Uses the stylus to move the objects into the trunk, making sure that none of them overlap. This is quite literally a little to the left puzzle, or at least in that style. So we have a ruler and a telescope here. This could fit in here, or even here. Many options. I would leave it there for now, perhaps. Pen. Usually in this kind of puzzle, you want to focus on the corners and then focus on the middle. A teddy bear. Especially with pieces like this one, which fit very specific positions and they don't seem like they are able to be rotated. Is that a boomerang look? Is this piece right here? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, extra clothes, a boomerang, a frying pan, a ruler, a telescope, a teddy bear, some books, and this package that probably contains some sort of snack or food.
Let's see if this works.
Marvelous.
Piece of cake!
There you go. Very cute bear? That was a very cute teddy bear. I mean, unless you're referring to us. You better be referring to us. Oh, it was a tight squeeze, but everything is finally packed away. We were in rather a hurry, so I suppose you didn't really have time to pack properly. Little baby, little baby. Glad to hear. I do feel better with everything put away. Come on, Professor, let's do some exploring. Okay. Exploring. Anything to interact with here? Hey, Professor, the shore is covered with ants. Oh dear, I'll have to remember to get sugar from a tea elsewhere. Curious it is, though, isn't it? How did they get here? Speaking of ants, try this one for a size look. Oh. Okay, we have discovered our first secret puzzle, it seems. Okay. The path of the ant. Busy ants worked tirelessly carrying food back to their nest. One such ant was returning with food when she bumped into an acquaintance in front of the nest. What are you Fire ants do seem to cause some people trouble when you are going, as they say, picnicking perhaps. Just having a nice day off in some grass, and if you're not careful, you will find fire ants. Especially if you are consuming a type of snack or food that they are interested in. I'm sure those ants are genuine sugar connoisseurs. Okay, we discovered the first secret puzzle. I should save just in case. I would try to save every 1 or 2 puzzles to not risk our progress. Remember, look, we're here to find the Elysium box, so don't get too sidetracked. You didn't have to tell me twice, Professor. Now, why don't we start by investigating the train? The professor and Luke decide to explore the Military Express. Huh? Hello? Lily, I hear the rooms at the front of the train are so super duper fancy the doorknobs are made of gold. But no one's allowed in except for really rich people. This girl has forehead for freaking days. It's like a freaking Code Lyoko character. Yeah, but she's still cute. It's a cute design. So, misters, are you really rich? Because if you are, you can go see the super duper fancy rooms. Super duper fancy rooms that none but the extremely wealthy can enter. If our young friend is correctly informed, there must be a set of deluxe rooms in the next carriage. Wow, I'd love to see what those look like. I bet they're simply smashing. From top to bottom, no expense has been spared.
Yes, I suppose these accommodations will do. I do hope my darling boy will be pleased.
Uh-huh.
That reminds me, I believe it's dinner time for my sweet baby. I'm off to visit the dining car.
I wonder if this lady is an opera singer. She does have, as they say, the pipes. Gosh, that duo was just the type I'd expect to see on the Military Express. Talk about rich and flashy. Quite, the train is full of many well-heeled patrons like the one we just met. We must watch our deeds and words here. A formal setting demands formal manners, don't you think? Absolutely, Professor. Oh, Layton. You're simply too good. Another secret puzzle? Just look at the craftsmanship on this picture, look. It's almost certain it was handmade. Who knew that something as ordinary as a picture could be so fancy? Don't underestimate how extravagant rich people can be, dear Luke. What could be more relaxing than sitting in a suit with a cool beverage and watching the sunset? Ah, that sounds like my ideal date. But it will be missing one important aspect. My dear sweetheart, of course. Not everything that's served in pictures is good to drink. Welcome to the stream, dear Serval. And thank you very much for the subscription. 33 months already have gone by. Time sure flies, wouldn't you say, my friend? Here is your introduction emoji. And once again, thank you for joining us. I'm ready for it, Professor. Puzzle 23. I really like that we are finding so many hidden puzzles already. Put Serval on the stream. Okay. I will summon our dear friend Serval. need my detective friend after all. There you are. I will situate you right there, perhaps. Or maybe right here next to me would be fine. Taking advantage of that empty space that the DS layout grants us. But you're not complete as you are, aren't you? Now you're ready. Now we can continue. Just like in the good old days of Curious Village. Now, let's continue, shall we? Professor Yellow. Three detectives on the case. That is correct, my friend. Two men, known here as 1 and 2, are playing a strange game. First, both men put their empty pitchers on the table. Next, a judge brings a pitcher filled with vinegar and places places it in either spot A or spot B. The judge then starts shifting the vinegar from one pitcher to any adjacent pitcher over and over. After moving the liquid 55 times, the owner of the vinegar-filled pitcher must down it in one. If you were the judge and secretly wanted the two to drink the vinegar, would you place the pitcher down in spot A or B? Okay. Hmm. 55 times, and you secretly wanted number 2 to drink it. Wait. It's B. This is actually much simpler than it seems. It's an odd number of movements. So it's always gonna end up with the second one.
Here goes.
Marvelous.
That was almost
Yeah, it's
too
55
easy.
movements. It's simple as that. Excellent work. Now let's press on, shall we? We mustn't stand around all day. It's quite amazing how we were just doing puzzle number 7 or 8. And now we just found 23. Many hidden puzzles. Oh. We are on a train. Hello? I'm dreadfully sorry, sir. I'm afraid all the seats on our fine establishment are taken right now. What a pity. Indeed it is, sir. But while you're waiting for the table, may I interest you in a puzzle? Just some things just am preparing for a date tonight. Me and Butter are going to a restaurant, funny enough. And I want to get ready. Oh good, our table is finally ready. We'll just be taking our seats then. Madam, please wait a moment. In truth, these passengers have been waiting a long... Nonsense, we're not here another word of this. You take these people before us, we are insulted. You're having a date with your GF tonight? That is true, dear Sorrow. That is true. And hopefully we don't encounter situations like the one on the screen right now. I do apologize, madam. It's simply that these gentlemen arrived before you. We will not be kept waiting. Do you understand? Not a single second. Now, out of our way. Madam. Entitled rich people, am I right? All the money in the world cannot fucking buy good fucking manners. You fuck. Be respectful, you shit. Very respectful. Talk about pushing. I do apologize, sir. There's a lovely observation deck in the last carriage of the train. Please feel free to relax there for a few minutes while I prepare a new table for you. Maintaining one's composure while dealing with difficult customers is truly admirable. Come look. Let's give him some breathing room. We'll take a look at the deck and return to the dining car later. Some people just don't know how to react to certain situations. This is one nice dining car. I'll bet even the kitchen's really posh. What do you think? Well, that door on the left seems to lead to the kitchen. What do you say when we take a look for ourselves? Let's go. Oh, wait. Okay, the observation deck. I wonder what kind of luxuries there are in that carriage. Oh, Sammy. Hold it right there, man. Sammy Thunder says entrance to this carriage is for VIPs only, capiche? Now, I know you'd like to sneak a peek, but the whole carriage been booked, so that's a no-go. The people who reserve room to this carriage must be super rich mega tycoons. Indeed. I wonder what it must be like to have that much space to yourself on a train of this caliber. Sammy Thunder looks like a brutal legend character. Yeah. Or maybe he's like the British equivalent of Ryan Storm. Well, for now I suppose we'll just have to keep wondering, eh, Professor? Yes, quite. This is our room. Did we miss anything? Yeah, there you go, coins. Another one. Good. Let's do the curtains. Let's see if her friend here has anything else to say. I'm going to my granny's. Where are you two going? We're actually out looking for something, dear. Sadly, we don't know where it is. Until we find a clue to point us in the right direction, we'll simply have to continue looking. Now look at this rad train operator. They were quite rad, as they say. A style that personally I'm not the biggest fan of, but hey, to each their own, of course. Here, I'll tell you a puzzle to take your mind off that stuff. Puzzle 24. A strip of paper. What do we have here? Okay. After trying to fold a strip of paper in half, you notice that one side of the folded strip is 1 centimeter longer than the other. Determined to get it right, you fold the strip again, only to discover that now the other end of the folded strip is 1 centimeter longer than the other. You have now made 2 fold creases in the strip. What is the distance in millimeters between the 2 creases? Okay. Is it 10? 10 millimeters?
And now to test my theory.
Marvelous.
And there we have it.
That's right. The distance between the creases is 1 centimeter or 10 millimeters. Okay, you got it. Wow, those hats you're wearing must be thinking capture something. I hope you find whatever it is you're looking for, misters. Thank you very much, Lily. You and the chef are like the nicest people we've met so far. Wow, just look at the stuff here there's to eat. Yes, it seems that the Military Express is a first-class operation, right down to the kitchen. No, Layton had his huge brain below his hat. Huh. That could be a possibility. Not many people have seen it without the hat. And we've seen many curiously shaped characters in this series so far. Case and point? Case and point. Oh, I'm sorry, passengers in the kitchen. But we just can't have that. Those dirty clothes of yours probably violate all sorts of health regulations, you know? Why, I'll have you know that there's nothing at all dirty about our clothes. Say what you like, short stuff, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm running the kitchen here. Did you stop to think about what could happen if yucky outside germs made it here because of you? I see your point. Terribly sorry for the intrusion and any worry we may have caused you, good sir. Oh, alright. I'm sorry too, sir. Wait, what's that? Oh? A hamster? Professor, look here. It seems our friend the cook has been keeping a pet in the kitchen. That is very, very unprofessional, to say the least, and you were accusing us of being dirty. How arrogant of him to lecture other people about germs. Oh boy, I guess the cat's out of the bag now. Listen, I know it's against the rules to keep a pet in the kitchen, but he's my only friend, see? Furry or not, he's the only creature I've got to talk to in here. My, he certainly is generously proportioned, isn't he? He's a hamster, I presume. Of course he's a hamster. Their quiet dignity makes them the most nobles of creatures. When I first started working here, I needed someone to keep me company, so I bought him. Thing is, I have him all the table scraps we had take back, which makes for a diet that's a bit rich. There are certain things hamsters can't eat, you know that, Mr. Macaroon. I'm starting to wonder if it isn't bad for his health. Oh, now you wonder that. The poor thing. I wonder, could I ask you a favor? Would you mind looking after my friend for a little while? When he's here with me, I can't help but feed him, but those scraps of foie gras and pastry soon add up. Do you mean you want us to take care of him and help him get into shape? Sounds like a great idea to me. I mean, what do you think, Professor? Can we please keep him for a little while? Luke seems very excited about this idea. Maybe he's an animal lover. I wouldn't blame him. Animals are absolutely adorable. Don't you think so, Serval? Well, I've always said that helping rodents in need is amongst the duties of every true gentleman. We'd be happy to take custody of this hamster until he sheds some of that excess baggage. Oh, thank you so much. It's a real weight off my shoulders. Enough his waist, hopefully. The hamster minigame has been added to the trunk. We are keeping the hamster in the trunk. Hopefully it's just a minigame. You can check on the hamster by touching the hamster icon inside the professor's trunk. I promise not to eat him. I trust you, Serval. Oh, and one more thing. Since I won't be seeing the little fellow for a while, could you give him this apple? He loves them so. Okay. Oh, I'm going to miss my furry friend. Please look after him. Don't worry, he's in good hands. We need to give him a name. Alberto? Huh, that's not a bad one. Hey, Yellow, can I take this one? I think I have an idea. I think I can make it a little bit funny and at the same time use Serval's both of Serval's suggestions. Sure, sister. Go at it. Okay. Okay, a little bit of this. A little bit of that. There you go. Humberto? Huh, not bad. Okay, that will be his name now. Luke has named the poultry hamster Humberto. Oh, little champ, from now on, anywhere I go, you'll go too. He looks so sad and depressed. Squeak. Squeak, squeak. It appears that that your way with animals has earned you a new friend, Luke. I think so too, Professor. Okay. He is, as they say, a chonker. Oh, I'm going to miss my first friend. Please look after him. Don't worry, he's in good hands. I'm trying to see if I can find either coins or a secret puzzle somewhere. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Nope, nothing around here it seems. My most sincere apologies, sir, but I'm afraid the dining car is completely full at the moment. If you can wait just a short while, I will inform you as soon as the table becomes available. And you. Goodness me, no need to look so put out. Don't you know that ladies always go first? Especially ladies of certain class, like me. I'm not sure if class is the word she meant to use there. Can I interact with anyone else? Oh, that's just the kitchen. There we go. Hello. Sally. She has quite the suspicious expression on that face of hers. Like she's about to stab someone, or like she's about to like tell a lie or something. Like she's up to something, right? Something like that, yeah. I don't know if I would go as far as to say she would stab someone, but definitely. Has she even said her name? Yeah, we know her name is Sally from the text, but has she said it out loud? It's always a little bit uncomfortable with someone you don't even know starts venting. Looks like there's no one here at the moment. Let's check again later. Wait. Before we move on, there was another door in there, but... no coins in here, it seems. Wait. Uh-huh. This looks familiar. Isn't this from the old lady that lets you redo the puzzles that you miss? See, Professor, does that little shack over there seem familiar to you? Indeed, unless I'm mistaken, this might be the resident of you-know-who. The Puzzle Witch, that is true. I have a feeling she'll be of big help to us again. So she's here too. Okay. Oh. This is quite lovely. I mean, quite dangerous to be sure, but... extremely lovely. Wow, this is the best. The breeze feels great. Indeed, and the scenery is simply breathtaking. Look. You can see a lake over there. The sky is so blue. I just look at those trees fly by. Now that's what I call a view. And this taco pristine scenery reminds me of a puzzle I once heard. Why don't you try it? Okay. Trees in the forest. Okay. The forest below contains 4 different types of trees. Use the stylus to divide the forest in 4 sections, each containing one of each tree. Okay, one of each tree per section. This one is mostly just branches. That is kind of sad. So this one, you only need 1 point. That's 1. In this section we have 4, one of each, which lets us. Wait, I see it. One of each once more, and for the last one, there. I think that should work.
Here goes.
Marvelous.
That was almost too easy.
Nice.
That's a complete. Well done. Well, did you expect any less, Professor? Wow, it feels so nice out here. I almost forgot we're supposed to be searching for the Elysian bones. I can't say I blame you, Luke, but that box led poor Andrew to his death. Come what may, I will solve this mystery. Of course. I think we finally have good grasp of this train's layout. It's high time we began our investigation proper. Okay, Professor, let's get to it. The Professor and Luke decide to begin their investigation of the train. Look at that, someone left some rubbish on the deck here. Some people have no manners. Look, a true gentleman cleans up after himself, and others should need a rise. What do you say we take care of this mess? That was a puzzle? Okay, interesting. I was not expecting collecting people's trash to be a puzzle. Oh, it's one of these, I see. Okay, put that rubbish back into the bin. Okay, move the blocks obstructing your path and slide the pile of rubbish into the bin at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Oh, you can move them into a trash can. I was questioning where to move, but the trash can itself is it's a space where you can place blocks. Cat cleaners. There are some cats in here. 3 of them. 4 if you count the one next to me. No puzzle is too much for yours truly. Wonderful, isn't it? Keeping a place tidy, really bright inside, brightens it up. Wait. Perhaps someone forgot a coin. Huh. A new character has a beard.
Ah, there's nothing like travel by rail to put a spring in your step.
Allow me to drink some water. Much better.
I couldn't agree more. And there's no better way to do it than on a train as fine as yours, Mr. Beluga. So you know my name, do you?
The owner of the train.
But of course, this train and its owner have quite a reputation in London.
Throwing out the trash deserts the pottery, which will eventually lead to filling the place with trash again. But that just means we can throw another party after we clean that garbage, and then once the party leaves more garbage, we can clean it up and throw another party, and it's like an eternal cycle of partying. I'm down.
I've seen your face in the papers more than a few times.
Oh, is that so now? I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't say I know you as well as you seem to know me.
The name is Herschel Layton. I'm a professor of archaeology by trade, but a train enthusiast on the side. I've heard tales of this train's grandeur, so I decided it was time to experience it firsthand.
This is the owner of the train.
Well, isn't that something? It certainly is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Layton, was it? Oh my, just look at how late it's gotten. I really have to run. Do enjoy your time aboard.
Will do, mister. Continue exploring the train. Nothing here. She must be somewhere. I'm pretty sure we'll encounter her soon enough. Why don't we head back to the dining car now, look? I worked quite the appetite. The professor and Luke decide to visit the dining car a second time. Hopefully this time around without any unwanted visitors interrupting our dinner time. What do you gotta say about this, Sally? Gosh, I'm about to just kneel over from boredom. Sure, the job pays well, but it's so slow and painful. And here we are. Welcome back, sirs. My deepest apologies for the long wait. Let me show you to your seats. Great, it's finally time to eat. My sentiments exactly. I'm still not sure what I'm gonna order once I go out with Button tonight. Perhaps some seafood. Of course you would eat some seafood, you freaking lesbian. I love you. What you just said gave me some very mixed signals. There's some sort of commotion going on. You call this haute cuisine? It's slop. I call it slop. Are you telling me you serve this to our customers? I'll make up some more right away, sir. Get that mess out of my sight this instant. But of course, I am very sorry to have displeased you. And another thing, look at these faces and that picture. Taka with Taki, replace them immediately. But sir, that piece is of a quintessential work by the world-renowned. I don't care if the Queen of England painted, replace it and be quick about it. Of course, sir, I'll start making the arrangements immediately. Ugh. It seems like he's not as pleasant a boss as he is a host. Isn't that the same man we saw earlier? I don't think I've ever seen anyone so bossy. and loud. That was indeed Mr. Beluga. It's a shame that picture wasn't to his taste. I think it's marvelous. Speaking of pictures, look, I have a most intriguing puzzle for you. Puzzle number 10. A work of art. He did say the thing. Actually, at the beginning of the game, Layton said the phrase, as they say. So he has said both of my, as you guys call them, catchphrases. It seems like Layton and I, we have more in common than I thought, aside from our ways of very comfy and elegant ways of dressing, our in level of intelligence, our love for puzzle solving, and now similar ways of talking. But anyway, let's continue with the puzzle. The drawing below is made up of curved lines that intersect to create sections. If you want to color in the entire canvas so that no section touches a section of the same color, what's the fewest number of colors you can use? You can use a color as many times as you like, as long as it doesn't touch a section with the same color. Once you have your answer, touch input answer and enter a number of colors. Okay. At first glance, the answer would be 2, because it's almost like a checkerboard pattern in a way. But this section right here, the bottom left corner, that one is touching 3 parts of the drawing, so the answer would be at the very least 3.
Just leave it to me.
Marvelous.
Piece of cake.
Easy enough. It's barely solved, look. After a puzzle like that and a filling meal, I feel a rest is in order. Let's retire to our room. Hello there. Sorry to interrupt your game, but there's something important you should know. As you progress through the story, some puzzles will disappear from their original locations. These puzzles are then moved to Granny Riddleton's shack, where they can be solved at any time. Here's the first set of puzzles to be sent to the shack. If no puzzles appear on the net screen, it means there are no unsolved puzzles to send right now. Huh. Okay. Marvelous. We actually solved all of them in this area. Quite nice. Now, what do we have here? Oh, Chalmy is here too. My boy, my sweet little boy, you've got to do something right this instant. Search the entire train. Madam, please calm down, so I can understand the situation. Oh, Inspector Chalmy, I have no idea you were on board. Well, if it isn't Layton, what are the chances, eh? Well, enough small talk. I have other matters to attend to, namely a missing child. It seems this woman's child has gone off somewhere. I don't suppose you've seen him around? No, I don't believe I've seen any young boys. My little boy wandered off and he hasn't returned yet. I'm simply at my wits and worrying about him. Wait. This seems very familiar. One of the first puzzles in the first game was also someone missing. In the first game's case, of course, it was Cat, and in this one, it's a child. Gentlemen, I demand that you drop whatever it is you're doing and help me find my boy. She's been going on like this from the moment I walked in. I understand your concern, madam. My assistant and I will be glad to aid you in your search. We'll have the best chance of recovering your son if we start searching immediately. Are you still here? If you have time to stand up around and talk, hurry up and bring my boy back. It seems the only clues we have to go on are these shoes that the tech left behind and his name Tom. I've tried to squeeze more details out of the woman, but it's useless. She just keeps demanding I search the place. That is a very, very tiny shoe. Almost baby size. Or those weird ladies that put shoes on their very tiny chihuahuas. Because for them, chihuahuas are not a pet, they're like an accessory. This is one of Tom's shoes. It's possibly tiny. Isn't it? Yes, I find it quite curious myself, look. Very puzzling indeed. I didn't think children with feet that size could even walk. Indeed. What if it is a dog, after all? We'll see, I guess. Another mystery to the collection. The professor looked aside to help search for Tom, Babette's little boy. A dog with shoes like Earbud, pretty much on point with that comparison. It was certainly a surprise to see you on board, Inspector. May I ask what brings you here? During the investigation, we stumbled upon the lake doctor's diary. Because the thief went home with $30 shoes and an extra 20 pounds for absolutely no reason. Because when the seller went to get change, he didn't realize he was holding fake money. So in total he lost 50.
And now to test my theory.
Marvelous.
And there we have it.
There you go.
Nice.
Simple enough. It seems your fame isn't entirely undeserved. Nevertheless, this is my case, so I'll be searching for Tom alone. Conduct your own search if you like, but don't get your hopes up. Search for Tom. Looks like there's no one here at the moment. Have you seen a dog by chance? Or small boy is what we think. The theory that it may be a small animal is perhaps unlikely, but it's never 0%. Have you seen a small boy wandering around here? He would be missing a shoe. No, can't say I have. There's no way I forget seeing a boy with only one shoe. I see. Well, thank you very... Oh, but while we're on the topic of shoes, maybe you could help me with a little predicament of my own? This is the... So many shoe-themed puzzles. You have entered the shoe zone. Okay, a maze. The shoe chapter. Here's a maze that's made out of shoes. Your task is to travel from the start point to the goal. You may only travel horizontal or vertically one space at a time, and you must alternate between left and right shoes every step. Also, you may not pass through any of the walls in the maze. The shoe chapter. The chapter. Quite clever, Serval. It's got a lot of soul. Touch each space one at a time to highlight the path you want to take. Okay. Well, this is simple enough. Left, right, left, right, left, right. No. Not that one. No, that one's not gonna take us anywhere. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. I think that makes sense. Because it's you have left shoes and right shoes. Yeah, you have right shoes and wrong shoes. Very clever, Maggie. It's glad to have you back. I'll try this.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Marvelous.
Ha! Wonderful.
Well, blow me down. You got quite the brainy vowels underneath that hat. Oh man, I am dog food. What's the matter, mister? Oh, hey. Okay, so I snuck into my uncle's room and borrowed his camera, right? Thing is, then I dropped it. been here trying to find all the pieces for like an hour, but I've only found one. That's quite the predicament. Yeah, and if word gets out about this wrecked camera, I'm gonna catch a major flag from the boss man. Whoa, brain flash incoming. Dig this. I'm going to give you this busted hunk of junk. You do what you want with it. Just get rid of the thing, will ya? Okay, catch you on the flip side. What a casual way of talking. The camera minigame. Well, in the previous game we had to build a robot dog. So in this game it might be a camera? You got a squarish board. Use it to rebuild the camera in the professor's trunk. Okay. We haven't checked on the hamster. Or saved for that matter. Allow me to. There we go. Use any items you can get a hold of to keep that sluggish hamster back in shape. Items at your disposal are shown at the top of the touchscreen. Track the items with your stylus to the position with the hamster in the playground. Okay, so instead of... Instead of building a comfy space, a comfy room like in the previous game, we are making a room for the hamster. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the word, Serval. I highly appreciate it. Each time the hamster was the number of steps listed in his goal, he got a little healthier. If I can get the hamster to do his to his peak physical condition, something good will happen. We do have an apple.
Got any snacks around here? Don't hold out on me.
Two steps. This is gonna require some work, Mr. Hamster. It is a start. It is a start. It takes people some time. I near the agent to say, oh, wait. We should check the kitchen, perhaps. Oh, puzzle? Well, that was unexpected. A train journey. A number of people are on the train. At the first station, the train pulls into 1/6 of the people on board get off. At the next station, 1/5 of the remaining passengers get off. This pattern continues so that at the next station, 1/4 get off, then 1/3, and then 1/2. Then, at the final station, all the remaining passengers get off the train. Assuming no one got on the train during the journey, what is the lowest number of people who could have been on the train when it set out? Well, 6. 1 person per station. Oh, I sure could stump you with that one. Better luck next time, Luke. For now, we better return to the searching of that little lost boy. Alright, we better get back to that. Now that you mention it, how do you suppose Tim managed to worm his way into such a tight space? Good question. Oh, that was bad, even for Mr. Beluga. You mean he always blows up at you like that? Well, you know, me or someone else of the staff, the boss can be very hard man to please. That's awful. And you and the others shouldn't have to put up with him bullying you like that. Well, the boss does have a point. After all, he made this railway what it is today. He always says that a first-class train deserves a first-class atmosphere. I mean, even the plates we use in the dining car are custom-made. The craftsmanship is amazing. Take a look at the fine detail on the bottom. Puzzle 13. On your plate. The plate in front of you bears a mark made up of two equilateral triangles, one inside the other. Can you work out how many times bigger the large triangle is than the small one? That's kinda easy. That's extremely simple.
Here goes.
Marvelous.
That was almost too easy.
Gosh, you got an eye for this kind of thing. Nice as they are, I'm sure Mr. Beluga will find a reason to complain about these plates too. I wouldn't be surprised. I suppose rich people can just afford to be picky. As much as we don't like that. Any clues around here? Oh. Huh. Oh. Is everything alright, miss? I'm fine, thank you. Excuse me. Say, did she seem familiar to you at all, Professor? Was that Flora? Flora Reinhold? Rather familiar, as you say. Good day, sirs. May I interest you in a refreshment to describe your snack? Sorry, miss, but we're currently searching for a small child. Have you seen a young boy wandering around by himself in this carriage? A little boy, eh? No, I'm sorry, but that doesn't ring any bells. Oh, what happened? Did he get lost in the train? Yes, unfortunately, we haven't been able to track down the missing child. You know, I probably shouldn't start vicious rumors, but oh well, I have nothing better to do. Did you know that there's a weird old woman staying in this carriage? What if she kidnapped the little one and has him stowed away in her room? I know it's probably not true, but what if? She's just so bizarre that I can't help wondering. But I could get in trouble for speaking ill of passengers. Just forget I said anything, okay? A strange old woman, eh? I wonder who she could be talking about. We already know. It's the Puzzle Witch. And there she is. Spreading rumors for fun. That's called slander. Hello there, sunny boys. Ever get an all knock-kneed and goosebumply from terrifyingly hard puzzles? Well, have no fear. The beautiful and clairvoyant Granny Riddleton stands before you, ready to help. Just as I thought. Who else could this tiny house belong to? Hey, wait a second. What are you doing here anyway? So you heard of me, eh, Shorty? Good to know I'm still ahead with the youngins. What do you mean? Of course I've heard of you. We met before, remember? Nope, I suspect you've got the wrong granny, boy. Never seen you before in my life. But you're here now, so that means you want to hear my spiel, right? Not really. Oh, no need to be so modest. Allow me to thank you for visiting me and bestowing a little tidbit of information on you. My specialty, you see, is puzzles. Puzzles people forget about. Puzzles people miss. Surely you boys had a few of those, eh? Actually, no, we kinda solved them all in the previous area. What do, you see, is I take those poor little puzzles and invite them to come to stay with me. I imagine any puzzle you left behind have found their way to my shack as well, if you want to say hello. If the shack is empty, then you'll just have to get out there and find some more puzzles. Wait, find some puzzles, but if I find them, that means they're not lost anymore. Your logic is lacking in, well, logic. But thank you for your service. Hello, Mr. Pompadour? Hot dog hair? Weasel hair? Ferret hair? Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho?
This should do the trick.
Marvelous.
And there we have it.
Simple enough. Blimey, you didn't have polished that one off quickly. It's back to the drawing board for me. Any info that you can give us? Don't suppose anything on the train's gonna break there, yeah? I'm dying for something to do. No info. That's where the old lady is. Oh. Oh, she's sleeping. Sweet baby boy. How can she sleep at a time like this? I imagine she tired herself out fretting over her child's disappearance. Come on, look. The sooner we find this lad, the sooner we can put this poor lady's mind at ease. Oh, a puzzle. The flower vase looks like it cost a pretty penny. Lovely decorations really do wonders for a room, don't they? Doubly so in a case of flowers. Let's have a look. What do you think of flowers like these? Puzzle 16, Crazy Daisies. Okay. Now for something on the flowery side. Of the three pictures labeled A, V, and C, one is actually the same as the picture on the far left. However, the image on the far left has had its contents flipped left to right, and its colors inverted, and changed to black and white. Of A, B, and C, which picture is the same as the black and white picture on the far left? That's a Mario level last name, no kidding. Okay. It's A.
Let's see if this works.
Marvelous.
That was almost too easy.
Oh, take a look at this, Professor. It's food scraps, if I'm not mistaken. Do you suppose Tom wandered into the kitchen to grab something to eat? Well, it's possible though. If that's the case, the child's area is like in a manners department. It's totally some sort of pet. Huh. The possibility of it being a pet instead of an actual baby is increasing. Excuse me, sir. Freaking throw it later on the train. Excuse me, sir. Have you seen a little boy with a missing shoe crawling around? No, I don't believe so. But come to think of it, a couple who worked just here were talking about a child. Interesting. Do you have any idea as to where we might find this couple now, my good man? I believe they are staying in the fourth carriage, sir. May I suggest paying them a visit? A wonderful suggestion. Thank you for your assistance. Come along now, look. Let's drop in the couples in the fourth carriage. They may have seen Tom. There they are. How much you wanna bet that they will tell you, hey, we may have seen something, and it also reminded me of this puzzle. Solve the puzzle. I don't bet from the get-go. And second, if I did, I wouldn't bet on something so obvious. The possibilities of these people giving me a puzzle are at the very least 90%. Oh there, young fellow, you're in the wrong room. My wife and I are staying here. We're dreadfully sorry to intrude, sir, but we are searching for a lost little one. Did you happen to see or hear anything pertaining to this? Oh, sweetie, I do believe they might be talking about that darling cutie pie that just passed by, remember? Oh, yes, he was a cute one. He was small and very clever looking. They are not mentioning human, baby, or anything of that nature. It's left very ambiguous because it might be a dog or some sort of pet. So did you see Tom then? He's been missing a while now. I didn't know whether he was a girl or a boy. Huh. Truth be told, Tom is a right nice name though. Oh, Pish Posh dear, I'll bet my bestie said that it was a girl who passed by our room. Yes, now that you mentioned it, I had a feeling that the scam might have been a girl. But until you flip the thing on its back and get a good long look, you never can be sure, can you? Now I'm all confounded. I don't have the faintest idea who we're talking about anymore. What? I hate to say it, but it looks like this hardly just turned cold, Professor. On the contrary, look, we may have just stumbled into some extremely valuable information. What do you mean, Professor? You'll see first. Let's return to the scene of Tom's disappearance. Ah, Inspector. Tell me, are you any closer to uncovering the whereabouts of that missing child? Thank you for the water, Eden, very much. So you're still flipping furniture trying to find that titan, are you? Yep. He's from the first game, technically. In the first game, it was an imposter pretending to be Chalmy. But now we have met him. The real one, at least. No, not at all. What I was saying is that the child is no longer in this train. I've asked everyone on board, but no one gave me an answer that suggests they've seen the lad. This led me to the conclusion that the poor child either got off the train or fell off it. Fell off? Yes. It's entirely plausible given the way children love to run amok. When you combine that with their oversized heads, you get yourself a recipe for disaster. I'll contact the railway police at the next station, so feel free to give up on your search. Oh no, Mr. Shelby, that's not gonna happen. This case is still not over. Just a moment, Inspector. The windows on the train are very high and every exit is manned. Given the situation, don't you think it's unlikely a child could have made it to the train unnoticed? Alright, I'll humor you. So tell me, Layton, where do you think this elusive Ankuvara got off to? That I can't say, but something tells me we may have been barking up the wrong tree. Oh, there's just no reasoning with you. Fine, keep playing detective. Nothing will come of it, I'll tell you. Huh? What's in your mind, my boy? You look distracted. I tried to put my finger on why, but I feel like someone has been watching us. sir. You've been most helpful. The back of the train. The very... Hello? Gruesomely. Look at that. You managed to solve at least 12 puzzles. I applaud you. Hardly. I can see how you could dislike a couple of ardent puzzle solvers like yourselves. Let's be pals, eh? Okay. Thank you. What about... No, this puzzle is going to keep me up all night. Oh, sorry about that. Now, what's with you two? What can I do for you? We're looking for a young lady with a small dog. Have you seen anyone fitting that description? Yeah, I remember seeing someone like that pass by. I think she was heading to the back of the train. Thank you very much. We'll just be on our way. Now, hold it right there, Top Hat. I see how it is. Get all Wesley to answer your question and then scoot off without a word. All told you what you wanted to know, so the way I see it, you should at least lend a man a hand. I'm terribly sorry, sir. I didn't realize you required help. How may we be of service? A friend gave me this puzzle because I love art, but maybe you'll have a better luck with that than I had. Fancy giving it a go? Gladly. Puzzle number 12. Clouds and the sky. Okay. A man on the train shows you a picture he's painted. Let's say this picture has a total area of 10. Can you work out how much of it's made of clouds compared to the area that's made of the sky? Don't think you need to guess the answer. There's a definite method you can use to work this out. How much of the area is sky and how much of it is cloud? Okay. Okay, yeah. You see those dots surrounding the painting? If you connect them, they form a 2x4 grid. AKA, we have 8 square... we have a... No, sorry. This is 2x5. So we have a total of 10 squares here. Yeah, 2 by 5. I wish you could see my mouse. So but these two right here, the top left and bottom right, are completely... The ratio from sky to cloud is completely 100% in favor of sky. So that leaves off 8 that have clouds. So that's kind of puts the ratio in favor of the sky. So I would say six to 4.
This should do the trick.
Marvelous.
Ha! Wonderful.
There you go. So that's how you do it. You got quite a head on your shoulders, don't you? Now, as for that girl you were asking about, she's probably on the observation deck behind me. Okay. That is perfect. Let's find Tom, the dog. That sounds like a Sonic OC. Oh?
Excuse me.
Hey, it's you!
Yes, I had the sneaking suspicion that it was you who was tailing us.
Flora!
It was
What are you
Flora
doing here?
I'm sorry.
from the
It's
first
just-
game.
Well, you see, I just didn't want to be all alone again.
Professor?
What lies ahead could be dangerous.
Huh?
That's why you'll have to be extra careful. All right?
Yeah?
So the team is now completed, as they say. I am quite glad that she is back and she was not forgotten, especially with how emotional the finale of Curious Village was. In the Rainhole Mansion, when we discovered the treasure and how Mr. Rainhole left that treasure for her. But she didn't want the village to disappear, so she decided to leave the treasure so the robots from the village could still live. So she stayed in care of Professor Layton, and here we are, reunited once more. Of course, the dog we saw earlier. Quick, Raven. Yep. And there he is. The thing we were chasing after a dog all along. Oh, right you are, Luke. Now let's get him to his owner. Do you mind if I tag along with you? Of course not. Come along now. Flora is now traveling with you. Check who's traveling with you on the top screen. So we have a party system now. Interesting. The professor, Luke, and Flora decide to return to Tom to his owner. Interesting. I wonder if she can solve puzzles too. Also, can you see it up there? The little icons bubbling up and down? We have one for Layton, one for Luke, one for Flora, and one for Tom. Because he's technically part of the party. Right up there, on the left, on top of the text that says, "Return Tom to Babette." Oh, it's a miracle. You're alright, my sweet little Tommy Wobby. I've missed you so much. Oh, my baby, my boy. Yep. Now that I think about it, one of the first puzzles in Curious Village was finding a cat, and in the sequel, it's finding a dog. This is Tom? We're under the impression that we were searching for a boy, not a mother with a fancy haircut. How dare you compare my darling Tommykins to some common street mongrel? Lost dogs are no matter for Scotland Yard. Next time he goes missing, find him yourself. Blimey, some fool haven't got an ounce of sense. Come on, Barton, we got real cases to solve. Yes, sir, Inspector. Don't you walk away from me. I want to have a word with you about your atrocious manners. That might be the most ironic thing you said in this whole game so far, Miss Babette. Well, enough of that. Welcome back, sweetie. Where did my little Tommykins run off to today? He's such a darling that I feared someone might have kidnapped and held him for a ransom. Maybe we should keep Flora in Frozen Moment and Tom's disappearance to ourselves? Good idea, my boy. Yep. I do believe a reward is in order. Here, I know it's quite generous, but I insist. A hamster toy? I hear we'll be making a stop in a quiet village by the name of Dropstone. How much longer until we get there, Professor? I'm not entirely sure. Why don't we rest until we get there? That should make the time pass faster. Perfect. Our first mystery solved. Marvelous. And with that, I think we've done a good job so far. We solved our first case. And I think that's the perfect place to leave it for now. Great start. Great start. I missed this series so much since I finished Curious Village. Such a wonderful series. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining another live stream. It's been a pleasure to stream for all of you, and I truly hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, and please make sure to make some time for yourself. Good job, Professor Hill. Thank you very much, Assistant Serval. A pleasure to have you by my side. Thank you, Yellow. It was an amazing stream. You could say it was even marvelous. But anyway, without further ado, thank you, everyone. Thank you to the patrons. And I hope to see you in the next one. And I will see you, Space Cowboy. Bang.
I was cooling in the motel for a minute. Loved ones that I won't tell how I'm in those trailer parks staying hidden. In the rap game, slashing through a million minions. IRL is lame cause I'm broke in Virginia. Surrounded by the slimy cold-blooded, they amphibians. I ain't dark as I was, hit the amphibian. Pulled a beam katana out in the slaughterhouse. I was hired cause you talking loud, starting drumming out. I got fired cause I understood what they talking about. So I fight them cause I understand all they trauma now. In the woods, smoking on some woods, game me feeling good, but it's great. Can escape my fate, would it if I could? Awesome LBs, for these LBs I had to hustle. Desperately trying to find paradise through this desperate struggle. Wanna kill and be killed, it's the way that I'm living. Throw my life away, but I had to hide my feelings. Trying to stack LBs straight to the ceiling.